So, but I appreciate you giving me this time, to talk about the Online Safety Act. Many people watching might be saying, why am I talking to an American audience about, the oppression, suppression of free speech in the UK? And the reason is pretty simple. BitChute made a decision, at my urging, but ultimately supported by all the partners, that when the Online Safety Act began to be implemented, when we got notifications at BitChute, and that notification was shared with me, that I felt that that the regime of surveillance and suppression of free speech was a regime that I told BitChute that we should not be a part of. And we had a discussion that really was not a long discussion, because we reached a consensus pretty quickly that that may be the best way to fight back against these laws. And I have great respect for the speech that J.D. Vance gave in Germany, where he talked about how European nations have abandoned Western civilization principles, and now you see that the Trump administration has tried to be pushing back against countries that are suppressing people's free speech, and freedom of speech and freedom of reach, and so the administration is also trying to take its stand and trying to negotiate it as part of the trade negotiations. But ultimately, I think in a sovereign country made up of sovereign individuals, ultimately the power resides within the people. And I think it's a matter of that we shouldn't wait for government to do things, even if the government wants to do the right thing. Sometimes we have to take things in our own hands.